Have you ever left a conversation feeling strangely uncomfortable, even though nothing openly negative happened? No harsh words were spoken, no argument took place, and everyone appeared friendly. Yet, for some reason, you walked away with the feeling that your confidence had quietly faded. Moments like these are more common than most people realize, and they often reveal an uncomfortable reality about human behavior. The people who pose the greatest threat are rarely the ones who openly oppose you. Instead, they smile, offer polite words, shake your hand, and quietly hope that your next step leads to failure. Centuries ago, Machiavelli observed this side of human nature with remarkable clarity. He believed that obvious enemies are easier to deal with because their intentions are visible. Hidden enemies are far more dangerous because they disguise themselves as supporters while patiently waiting for the right opportunity to benefit from your mistakes. Their greatest weapon is not aggression but deception. They create the illusion that everything is fine, making it difficult for you to recognize their true feelings until the damage has already been done. One of the most important lessons you can learn is to trust consistent actions more than comforting words. Promises can be spoken without effort, but actions reveal genuine character. Once you begin paying attention to how people behave instead of what they say, you start noticing patterns that were always there but previously escaped your attention. Human nature rarely hides itself forever. Given enough time, every person's true intentions become visible through repeated behavior. The first sign of hidden resentment often appears when something good happens in your life. Think about the last time you achieved an important goal. Maybe you received recognition, earned more money, reached a personal milestone, or simply improved yourself through discipline and hard work. The people who sincerely care about you usually celebrate those moments with genuine happiness. Their excitement feels natural because your success brings them joy rather than discomfort. Hidden enemies react very differently. They congratulate you because social expectations require it, but their enthusiasm never feels authentic. Their smile seems forced, their words sound carefully measured, and their energy never matches the significance of your achievement. Instead of expressing excitement, they quickly reduce your accomplishment with phrases like, "You were lucky, the timing worked in your favor," or "anyone could have done that." These comments may appear harmless, but they quietly diminish the effort, discipline, and sacrifice that brought you to that moment. This reaction is deeply connected to comparison. Many people unconsciously measure their progress against the lives of those around them. When someone else's success highlights the distance between where they are and where they hope to be, admiration can slowly transform into jealousy. Rather than asking themselves what they could improve, they protect their self-image by convincing themselves that your achievement was accidental or undeserved. It becomes easier to question your success than to confront their own excuses. Machiavelli understood that wounded pride often blinds people to reality. Instead of accepting the truth, they reshape it into something that feels less threatening. They convince themselves that you had special advantages, unexpected luck, or opportunities they never received. By doing this, they avoid facing the uncomfortable reality that consistent effort often creates extraordinary results. As your success continues to grow, these people begin minimizing every achievement you make. No matter what you accomplish, they always find a reason why it should not be taken seriously. If you build a successful business, they credit the economy. If you receive praise, they insist it was because of connections. If you improve yourself physically or mentally, they say it will not last. Their goal is not to understand your journey. Their goal is to reduce its value so they never have to question their own choices. Another surprising behavior is the amount of attention they give your life. Many people assume that someone who constantly notices what they are doing must genuinely care about them. In reality, those who secretly resent you often observe you more closely than your closest supporters. They remember small details about your routine, notice changes in your habits, follow your progress online, and quietly collect information about your achievements. At first, this attention may seem flattering, but it usually comes from comparison rather than admiration. Every step forward you take becomes another point of measurement in their private competition. They keep track of your progress because your growth constantly reminds them of what they have not achieved. Instead of learning from your discipline, they search for weaknesses that make them feel better about themselves. This is why constant attention should never be mistaken for genuine respect. Wise people understand that observation is not always a sign of affection. Sometimes it is silent surveillance disguised as curiosity. The people who truly support you do not study your every move because they are too busy building their own lives. They celebrate your growth without feeling threatened by it. Hidden enemies, however, quietly monitor every victory, hoping to find the moment when your success slows down. Understanding this difference allows you to protect your peace, trust more wisely, and recognize that real loyalty is always revealed through consistent actions, not carefully chosen words. Life has an unusual way of revealing who genuinely belongs in your circle. When everything is going well, success naturally attracts attention. People enjoy standing beside someone who is progressing because success often brings opportunity, influence, and excitement. During these moments, your phone stays busy, invitations continue to arrive, and many people seem eager to be part of your journey. But the real test begins when life becomes uncertain. The moment difficulties appear, the crowd slowly starts to disappear. Messages become less frequent, support grows quieter, and those who once promised to always stand by your side suddenly become too busy to be found. Machiavelli understood that adversity exposes character far more clearly than comfort ever can. Anyone can celebrate a winner, but only a few remain loyal when there is nothing to gain. Hidden enemies rarely celebrate your struggles openly because doing so would expose their true feelings. Instead, they quietly observe from a distance. They convince themselves that your setback somehow restores fairness, as though your difficulties finally balance the comparison they have carried within themselves for years. Pay close attention to the people who contact you when you have nothing to offer in return. Genuine friends stay because they value who you are, not what you can provide. They encourage you, remind you of your strengths, and help you regain confidence. Those who disappeared during difficult seasons were often connected to your success rather than to your character. Their loyalty was based on convenience, not commitment. Another form of hidden resentment often hides behind the language of concern. It sounds thoughtful, respectful, and protective. Someone may say, "I'm only telling you this because I care about you," or, "I don't want to see you disappointed." At first, these words appear compassionate. However, their advice consistently pushes you towards smaller goals, safer decisions, and lower expectations. Instead of encouraging growth, they encourage comfort. Instead of strengthening your courage, they quietly feed your fear. Not every warning is designed to protect you. Some warnings are meant to limit you. People who secretly feel threatened by your potential often discourage your biggest ambitions because your future success would remind them of the opportunities they never pursued themselves. Without realizing it, they project their own fears onto your future. Their advice reflects the boundaries they accepted, not the possibilities available to you. This is why wisdom requires you to evaluate advice by its outcome rather than its tone. Honest guidance may challenge you and even make you uncomfortable, but it ultimately helps you grow stronger. Manipulative guidance usually feels pleasant because it encourages you to remain exactly where you are. It tells you to avoid risks, settle for less, and stay within familiar limits. Over time, this type of advice quietly steals opportunities that could have changed your life. Hidden enemies also understand that direct attacks often fail. Instead of confronting you openly, they rely on subtle suggestions and carefully planted doubts. Rather than making accusations, they ask questions that encourage other people to become suspicious on their own. They might casually say, "Maybe I'm overthinking it, but something feels different about them," or, "I could be wrong, but I've heard a few things." These statements appear harmless, yet they plant seeds of uncertainty without requiring proof. Machiavelli recognized that reputation is one of the greatest forms of power a person possesses. Once people begin questioning your character, even without evidence, every future action becomes easier to misinterpret. Hidden enemies understand this psychological weakness. Instead of spreading obvious lies, they allow rumors to grow naturally while protecting themselves from responsibility. Because they never make direct accusations, they appear innocent even as doubt spreads through the minds of others. Confident people often reveal hidden resentment without even trying. The moment you begin respecting yourself more, setting healthy boundaries, and refusing to tolerate disrespect, some people suddenly claim that you have changed. They describe you as arrogant, distant, or difficult. In reality, the only thing that has changed is that you no longer seek approval for every decision you make. A person who understands their own worth becomes much harder to manipulate. Machiavelli believed that real power begins with self-control and self-respect. When you stop apologizing for your opinions, stop chasing validation, and become comfortable saying no, those who benefited from your uncertainty often become uncomfortable. They preferred the version of you that constantly doubted yourself because insecurity made you easier to influence. True friends never feel threatened by your confidence. They celebrate your personal growth because your success does not reduce their own value. Hidden enemies, however, often mistake confidence for arrogance because admitting the truth would force them to confront their own insecurity. They are not disturbed by your self-respect itself. They are disturbed because your confidence reminds them of the belief they have never developed within themselves. For this reason, never allow someone else's discomfort to convince you that personal growth is a mistake. Becoming stronger, wiser, and more confident will naturally reveal who genuinely supports your journey and who only felt comfortable when you remained smaller than your true potential. Every boundary you set, every goal you achieve, and every improvement you make quietly exposes the people who celebrate your progress, and those who secretly wish it would stop. One of the most difficult truths to accept is that not everyone feels disappointed when you experience failure. Some people may offer kind words on the surface, but deep inside they feel an unexpected sense of relief. As long as you were moving forward, your success constantly reminded them of the progress they had not made. The moment you stumble, that uncomfortable comparison temporarily disappears. Your setback becomes proof that they no longer need to question their own choices. Machiavelli understood that envy does not always seek personal victory. Often, it simply hopes to see someone else lose. Rather than investing energy in improving themselves, resentful people wait for life to humble those they secretly admire. They may never celebrate your struggles openly, but they rarely feel any urgency to help you recover. Instead, they observe from a safe distance, convincing themselves that your difficulties somehow restore balance. This is why difficult moments reveal people's true character far better than moments of success. Genuine friends encourage you when your confidence is low. They remind you of your strengths, help you regain perspective, and believe in your ability to rise again. Hidden enemies react differently. They become unusually calm, ask endless questions about what went wrong, yet show little curiosity about how you plan to rebuild your future. Their interest is focused on your fall, not your recovery. Another behavior that often goes unnoticed is silent competition. Healthy competition inspires people to improve themselves, but hidden competition grows from insecurity and comparison. These individuals rarely admit they see you as a rival. Instead, they pretend to support you while privately measuring every step of your journey against their own. Whenever you accomplish something meaningful, they immediately feel the need to talk about an achievement of their own. If you share an exciting goal, they suddenly reveal that they are working towards something even bigger. If you improve your health, career, or financial situation, they rush to prove they are making greater progress. Conversations quietly become contests where every victory of yours must be matched or surpassed by them. Machiavelli observed that pride often controls human behavior more than reason. People driven by comparison do not always want what you possess. Sometimes they simply cannot accept that you reached it before they did. Instead of allowing your discipline to inspire them, they become trapped in a cycle of comparison that steals their peace and prevents their own growth. Perhaps the most painful realization is that some people never truly disliked your actions, they disliked what your presence reflected back to them. Your discipline reminded them of promises they never kept. Your confidence reminded them of doubts they never overcame. Your ambition reminded them of dreams they quietly abandoned. Rather than confronting those uncomfortable emotions, they chose to criticize the person who awakened them. Many people waste years trying to earn acceptance from individuals who made up their minds long ago. They change their personality, lower their standards, hide their confidence, and silence their ambitions in the hope of becoming more acceptable. Yet no amount of sacrifice can convince someone to appreciate what they have already chosen to resent. Seeking approval from those people only drains your energy and distracts you from your own purpose. The wiser response is neither revenge nor bitterness. It is awareness. Understand that not everyone who enters your life is meant to remain close. Some people arrive to support your journey, while others arrive only to teach you the importance of discernment. Their behavior becomes a lesson, not a life sentence. Machiavelli never encouraged people to become paranoid or distrust everyone around them. His greatest lesson was to understand human nature without becoming consumed by it. The world contains both sincere allies and hidden competitors. Wisdom lies in learning to recognize the difference through consistent observation instead of emotional assumptions. As you continue growing, you will notice familiar patterns. Some people will applaud your achievements while secretly wishing they had them. Others will offer advice that quietly encourages you to settle for less. Some will proudly stand beside you during seasons of success but disappear the moment life becomes difficult. These patterns are rarely dramatic. They reveal themselves through small moments repeated over time. Your greatest strength is not exposing every hidden enemy you encounter. Your greatest strength is protecting your focus. Let people reveal themselves through their actions while you continue investing your energy in becoming stronger, wiser, and more disciplined. Every minute spent chasing approval is a minute taken away from building the life you truly want. A person who understands human nature does not feel the need to be loved by everyone. Instead, they choose carefully who receives their trust, time, loyalty, and emotional investment. Kindness remains important, but kindness without awareness creates vulnerability. Awareness combined with wisdom creates strength. The moment you stop depending on the approval of others, hidden resentment loses much of its power over your life. You become free to pursue your goals without being controlled by outside opinions. Your mission is not to convince everyone to admire you. Your mission is to build a life guided by purpose, discipline, and integrity. Remember this above all else. Your success will reveal people, your confidence will reveal people, and your personal growth will reveal people. Some will celebrate your victories wholeheartedly. Some will quietly step away because your progress makes them uncomfortable. Allow both responses to teach you something valuable. Choose clarity over bitterness, wisdom over suspicion, and peace over the endless pursuit of validation. When you understand human nature, you stop fearing hidden motives because you no longer rely on appearances alone. You trust consistent actions, observe recurring patterns, and protect your peace with quiet confidence. That awareness becomes your shield, wisdom becomes your greatest strength, and your future is no longer determined by the opinions of those who never truly wanted to see you succeed.